Monday Night Raw, coming to you from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And honestly, really, I thought a pretty good show. It had some very high-level moments. Let's break it all down, shall we? The main part of this was AJ Lee, CM Punk, Becky Lynch, and Seth Rollins. It was fantastic. Every bit of it. AJ coming out, cutting a very real promo, talking about her mental health, talking about therapy, getting a therapy chant, and getting the applause for like taking the time for her mental health and everything like that. This is not a promo that she could have cut in her time in WWE. Not that she wasn't capable of it, but one that just would not have fit with the direction of the company. But you can very clearly see that times have changed now, and she fits into it. I do think, like, you could see there were some nerves with her with this, but she looked comfortable. She looked like AJ Lee. She looked great. Got her points across really, really well. The interaction with her and Becky was brilliant. And Bubba was talking about it on the, what do they call it? The show they have on Sirius XM. But, like, Becky selling visually for AJ is fantastic. Like her just being like, oh my God, it's AJ Lee. Oh my God, it's AJ Lee. What do I do? Like that. Excellent. Immediately brings a level of reality, I guess. Legitimacy. That's what I'm looking for. Legitimacy to the AJ Lee character. Becky Lynch, aces on that. The promo battle back and forth, a lot of fun. Seth coming out. Your mileage may vary on him, but he is still a very important part of this and made it very entertaining. And then CM Punk coming down and doing all of that. Like, I think everyone played the role they were supposed to perfectly in this. I said before, I know we were setting up for the tag team match for WrestlePalooza. I want this to be forever. I think these are four very entertaining performers and four that could really make this take this all to a higher level as it's going on. So I don't want this to be a one-off. I want this to be kind of an extended feud with all of them. And you can tag team match and then intercontinental title match and world title match, all these different things, back to a tag, whatever. I think there's a lot of different ways that you can kind of intersect it all. And I think it'd be really, really entertaining and be a whole lot of fun. So I just want all four of these in as many combinations as we possibly can. To start the show, we get the Usos. And I mean, these two, it's just like riding a bike, right? And you kind of forget because Jay has stolen a lot of the attention from these two over the last 18 months or so. You forget how good a promo Jimmy is when he gets rolling in that way. And it does look like there's a little bit more attention being paid to Jimmy, to his physical look. There were some times where it was getting, and I mean, coming from me, who's to say, but sometimes where maybe it was getting a little bit more on the softer side. He's still a phenomenal athlete, but it does seem like even just in the last little bit, kind of trimmed down there a little bit and gotten in really good shape. So these are, I don't think this is going to be a really long run as a tag team with them, but they were great. It does kind of feel like they're here to be cannon fodder, but honestly, like keeping Jay out of what is appearing to be a crowded world title picture at the moment, putting him in a tag team. I said before, a tag team feud with the Usos against the New Day reversed, where it's the Usos as the baby faces and the New Day as a heel. Sorry, I think having that would be a really, really fun program to have. So if they want to keep these guys together for a bit, I think that's fun, and then kind of splinter them off into a singles run once that is done. Again, I think you could do that and just kind of keep Jay out of the title picture and keep him feeling strong still. I think an Asuka Nikki Bella feud is going to be really fun. It's still really entertaining what they're doing with Asuka and Kairi Sane. Rhea Ripley's involvement as well makes a lot of sense, sets up a lot of interesting interactions as well. Also, I'm seeing in the chat here, just quickly, there's the fantasy football question, which two do I start? I will get to that in a second here. We'll just wrap up the wrestling, and then we'll get back into the fantasy football conversation. But the one thing that I found this week very kind of grating, there is a lot of same on this show. Like AJ Grande Americano, cool, fun match, all that. We got a second guy coming out, Dragon Lee helping, whatever. But the El Grande Americano stuff is feeling the same every week. You know that at some point, someone's going to run down, someone's going to interfere, someone else is going to come down and help, and that's going to be that. And we need an evolution here. We need this to take a step forward. It was neat for a little bit. Oh my gosh, it's a guy wrestling. It's like a Captain America thing, but and the Gulf of America, a little cringy, but whatever. Fun, fine, whatever. We need some advancement in this now. It is becoming very one note. The same thing with the Judgment Day stuff in the backstage area. Like, oh wow, Dom and Finn have subtle passive aggressive heat. I never. We get it, right? So we need progressions in these. And then the same with the show close. It is the same every week. It reminds me, like you watch, I think it's the rise and fall of WCW, but where they were talking about like the freshness of WWE compared to what WCW was doing. And with WCW, it was just the same guys every week. And Eddie Guerrero in the thing said, you couldn't tell what week it was on our show because it was just the same thing all the time. And so if you were to go back and be like, oh, hey, by the way, like go check out Raw. Oh, what happened? Oh, there was a beatdown at the end featuring the Vision and a few guys that Seth Rollins is loosely rivaling with. Okay, so all of July and August then? Like, what are we doing? It's been the same thing every single week. And Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, stars. Love them. Give me as much of them on my television as you possibly can. But let's freshen it up a little bit. Instead of talking head promo at the start, Braun Breaker making some kind of a reference to someone's age and I'm going to kill you, and then match at the end that ends either in a distraction finish and then a beatdown, or in a disqualification and a beatdown. I need something else from these guys now. I need a little bit more development than just they're going to interfere every week, because then we're just getting into House of Torture and it sucks. And we're very much treading into it sucks territory. And I don't want that because I'm entertained by everyone who's involved in these. So overall, a good show from Raw, but we need some advancement. We need some evolution. We need to move on in quite a few of these. So again, that is the wrestling talk for today.